Uh, Thank you, Chairman Perlmutter and the Ranking Member Luke DeMeyer for hosting this important discussion on the Community Reinvestment Act. Very timely hearing. And of course, I want to thank our witnesses who shared their time and expertise on the Community Reinvestment Act with us. I come from Chicago, and the story of the CRA runs deep through my city and our communities. It was in the Austin neighborhood near my community where a community organizer named Gail Sincata led the fight against discriminatory lending practices and earned the nickname Mother of the CRA. So it's fitting that last year our governor signed Illinois' CRA, making us a second state in the nation with its own protections against redlining and discrimination in lending. That's important to immigrant communities like those that I represent on the northwest and southwest sides of Chicago and suburban Cook County, because the CRA isn't working for us. For every dollar lent into majority white neighborhoods, only 13 cents go to Hispanic neighborhoods like mine. And the investments we do receive fuel gentrification and displacement all too often. So I'm heartened that our federal regulators are taking up the task of modernizing the CRA, because real change in lending practices is a nationwide problem and needs a nationwide solution. Questions for our witnesses. Ms. Agnani, from Gail Sincata's day until now, our communities have been clear about our needs in the face of redlining, discrimination, underinvestment, and displacement. It's clear that our existing financial system wasn't built for us. We need protections. Do you think it's important for the federal regulators to receive community input as they revise CRA? And what should that process look like? And do agencies like CFPB have anything to teach us about how regulators can consult with our communities?
Thank you, Congressman. Yes, absolutely. I also originally come from the Chicago area and have worked in Queens. So most cities that are in focus in this hearing are really critical. Absolutely. I think, focusing in on the displacement issues, our communities need investments in lending that will ensure residents can stay in the cities that they live in and work in and have helped to build. And so CRA credits should be given only if existing residents are able to stay in their cities and the small businesses are allowed to thrive. So that needs to be part of the evaluation of whether CRA investments are effective. Sorry, I'm not sure if I answered this specific question.
That's fine. Thank you so much. And a question for Ms. Crosby. Since the CRA was last revised, new players like non-bank mortgage lenders and fintechs have revolutionized finance. And if our laws don't catch up with them, we risk predatory behavior and possible financial collapse. One issue that I focused on is industrial loan company charters, which not only allow for under-regulated parent companies to own a bank, but raise questions about a bank's responsibilities to its community. What do you think Congress and regulators can do to make sure that a revised CRA adequately covers these new industries?
So ILCs have CRA obligations like traditional banks. NCRC is not supportive of ILCs since the ILC parent company can be non-financial companies. This introduces potential conflicts of interest in which the ILC can be pressured to make unsound loans to its parent or cut off credit to the parent company's competitors. BMW Bank is an example of an ILC that has a CRA exam, but the CRA exam evaluates an inadequate strategic plan, despite being a lender offering billions of automobile loans across the country. BMW Bank created a strategic plan in which it has designated Salt Lake County to be its only assessment area because that is where they are headquartered. The strategic plan does not create goals for automobile lending, but only for community development financing and services. While the community development is important, lending should also be examined and should be examined across the country.
Thank you very much. I see my time is up. So, Mr. Chair, I yield back.